Welcome to Fluent Storyland, where you can learn English through inspiring stories. A young boy once built a small machine for a school competition, but every time he tested it, it broke. His classmates laughed. They told him to stop trying. But the boy remembered one important lesson from his grandfather, and that lesson changed everything. Imagine trying something again and again and failing every single time. Most people would stop. Most people would quit. But one boy decided to keep trying, and one small decision changed his entire future. This is the story of the boy who never gave up. Stay with me until the end of this story, because the lesson this boy learned can change the way you see failure.
The Boy Who Never Gave Up. Many years ago, in a small town surrounded by hills and rivers, there lived a young boy named Ethan. Ethan was known in the town as a kind and curious boy. He loved learning new things and trying different activities. But there was one problem. Ethan failed at almost everything he tried. When he first tried playing soccer, he could barely control the ball. When he tried painting, his drawings looked messy. When he joined the school science club, his projects never worked the way he expected. Some children laughed at him. Others told him that he simply wasn't talented. At first, these words made Ethan feel sad. He wondered if maybe they were right. Maybe he wasn't good enough. Maybe success was meant for other people. But deep inside his heart, Ethan had a different belief. He believed that if he kept trying, one day he would succeed. One day, Ethan's teacher gave the class an assignment. Each student had to build a small machine that could move on its own. Most students finished their projects quickly, but Ethan's machine didn't work. He tried again, and again, and again. Every time he tested it, something went wrong. Sometimes the wheels stopped moving. Sometimes the battery disconnected. Sometimes the entire machine fell apart. After many failures, some classmates began to laugh. "Why do you keep trying?" one student asked. "You will never make it work." Ethan looked at his broken machine. For a moment, he thought about giving up. But then he remembered something his grandfather once told him. His grandfather used to say, "Success is not about being the best. Success is about refusing to quit." Those words gave Ethan new strength. He went home that evening and started working again. For many hours, Ethan studied his machine carefully. He looked at every wire, every wheel, and every small piece. Slowly, he began to understand what was wrong. He adjusted the wheels. He fixed the battery connection. He rebuilt the frame of the machine. It took him the entire night.
Finally, when he tested it again, the machine moved forward for a few seconds. Ethan's eyes lit up with excitement. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. The next day, he returned to school with renewed confidence. Over the next several days, Ethan continued improving his project. Each time something failed, he learned something new. Each mistake became a lesson. Little by little, his machine became stronger and more stable. Other students finished their projects earlier, but Ethan kept working patiently. Finally, the day of the school competition arrived. All the students gathered in the classroom to test their machines. Some machines moved quickly, some moved slowly, some didn't move at all. Then it was Ethan's turn. He placed his small machine on the floor. For a moment, the room became silent. Ethan turned on the switch. The machine started moving forward. It rolled smoothly across the floor, turning exactly the way Ethan had designed it. The students watched in surprise. The boy who had failed so many times had finally succeeded. When the teacher announced the results, Ethan's machine won the prize for the most creative design. The students who had laughed before now congratulated him. But Ethan didn't feel proud because he had won. He felt proud because he had not given up. Later that evening, Ethan visited his grandfather and told him everything that had happened. His grandfather smiled warmly. "You see," he said, "talent may help someone start faster, but persistence is what helps people finish." Ethan finally understood the meaning of those words. Success does not come from being perfect. Success comes from learning, improving, and trying again. From that day forward, Ethan kept the same attitude in everything he did. Whenever he faced difficulty, he remembered his journey with the small machine. He remembered that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of the path to success. And because Ethan never gave up, eventually he achieved many great things in his life. Moral of the story: success belongs to those who keep trying. If you refuse to give up, every failure becomes a step closer to success.